Today on Hometown Historian, we tell the story of Old Man Bordner for the haunted history tale. There was a tale, a legend even some would say, of a man called Bordner. And this man named Bordner lived along the Blue Mountains. He was a recluse. He didn't have many people that wanted to be around him. They say that the people admired him, but they also feared him. Why was this man feared? He was a man who was a mystic man, a man who could perform feats of magic, magic that people didn't understand. He could take a bale of straw and he could burn it just with his mind, without burning that which held the straw. He could heal wounds as they were bursting full of blood. He could cut off the head of a rooster and stop the bleeding. There were many things that he could do, but he would say that he would not abuse those powers. Who was this man? Was this man real? Was he just myth? Was there any truth to him at all? They say that he could calm the bees, so much so that he could reach right in and take the honey from them. Only others could do that, but they left with stings all over their body. They said that he could calm horses that were normally impossible to use. He could also do many other things, but what those were, he wouldn't say. They said that he used the 6th and 7th books of Moses, that he used Israelite magic. He was not considered to be a learned man, but yet he could speak Greek, Latin, and Hebrew, and the old books that he had were in German. Who was this man? And there were others that were like him as well. They called them the powwowers. These men, extraordinary men, terrifying men. They could freeze the hearts of men with fear. But then they all disappeared. Are they still out there? Do we know where they are? Maybe we never will. Alright, so I figured I'd do something a little different than I normally do. This story of Old Man Bordner is some reclusive guy along the Blue Mountains and Saiga was a little more fantastical, so I was like, why not do like a little bit of a fireside chat and have some fun with it. So I hope you enjoyed it. There isn't a ton on him, but there are a number of people that are talked about in reality that could do really odd things. When it comes to, I guess he would be referred to as like a powwower. They do have these two books, and I think they're called like the 6th and 7th books of Moses, and had to deal with like Israelite magic. But there were several. There was even a judge. They don't give the name, but in Lebanon County that apparently could do some pretty odd things. And one of the viewers even mentioned by name there were two individuals in, I guess, the general region or whatever that did that type of stuff. But they actually had, these books do exist. They're in German mostly, but they actually have interspersed within them Hebrew, Latin, and I guess Greek as well. So it was a unique story. Like, I don't know how much I believe certain things. I think there's people that can do some unique things, but how much of that is magic, how much of it is what? It's interesting because it's sort of what you would consider to be like sorcery or witchcraft, but yet weirdly, I think in those books they call upon the Holy Three, which would be the Trinity in Christian faith. So there's sort of an intermixing. It's really odd. Like, I don't understand it. I don't really research or look into it because personally, I believe there is a spiritual realm. I believe there's much greater powers in the physical realm, and I don't think it's something you mess with. That's one thing I'm very careful with, like the ghost stuff and that type of stuff as well, because sometimes I don't think it's necessarily ghosts, something else, something darker, something evil,
and it's just not something to play around with. That's me personally. Regardless of whatever you believe, that's cool. It's your thing. But for myself personally, this stuff sort of weirds me out a little bit. But the Bordner thing was a little more fantastical. To me, was a little more harmless. So I was like, why not have a little bit of fun with it? Do like a dark campfire tale or something like that. The thing I forgot to do was I was going to say that they say that Old Man Bordner does not like having his story told by 42-year-old men with 3 toes on their left foot, and then just be like, oh wait, and then drop the flashlight. But I sort of screwed that up, so sorry. But anyways, I hope you had some fun with this. It's another haunted tale. I didn't get out to film today again because it wasn't as windy, but it was still pretty brutal. And I don't know, with my fibromyalgia, like my rest of my body's fine, but my hands, I gotta I used to be able to find these gloves that when I did the Family Dollars, that they'd have these, I forget what company made them, but they're the only gloves that could keep my hands warm. And my nephew had gotten me some gloves, which they do a pretty good job because they're made that you can actually touch their phone, so it works with filming. That he got me for my birthday. So, but anyways, I figured I'd do something a little different. Don't know whether it'll be one of those things that works out or not, or have fun with it or not. But anyways, I know Cliff did a video a couple years back, I think, where he did like a Sasquatchian type thing where he had a mask. And a lot of people got it, but there were people that got pretty upset too. So this is satire. I didn't get hurt. Yeah, it's not meant to make fun of people or anything of that nature. It's just made to have fun, to tell like a little campfire type story that I did in my second bedroom. And no Bordners were harmed or 3-toed men. So thanks everybody, and we will see you about town.